Are you a landlord with one or more properties which you're currently operating as a buy-to-let property? And are you currently thinking of ways to maximize the potential of that property and bring in a greater return on your investment? Perhaps you're tired of tenant issues, and perhaps you're frustrated with recent changes in regulation and legislation, such as the recent announcement by Michael Gove for the Renters Reform Bill, which makes being landlord that little bit more difficult. Things like replacing tenancies and abolishing Section 21. It just makes your job a little bit more tougher. So maybe you're thinking now of different ways to get a better return on your investment. Well, if you are, then stay tuned, because there is a solution available to you. And it's a solution that you've probably come across many times before and hadn't really given it that much thought. And that solution is serviced accommodation, so commonly known as Airbnb. Now, don't hang up the video there, don't stop watching, because Airbnb service accommodation does have some negative kind of connotations to it, particularly in the press and government. However, if done right, this is a real good opportunity for landlords. And let me give you an example of one of our clients. He had a property in the Bury area in the northwest of England, and he was renting that out at £600 per month. And the mortgage was quite high on it, particularly in recent times when interest rates have shot up, and he was cash flowing around £100 a month. So not a great deal. And particularly on months where you may have a maintenance issue, and that just brings down the profit. So the only real hope that he had of this property being successful was, of course, the mortgage being paid off in time and the capital growth. But that isn't a great deal of money in return. Now, we turned that at the end of 2022 into a short-term rental. The property has undergone a bit of transformation, nothing structural, just been made to look really nice, and it's been furnished to a high standard. And then this property is now is now producing an income of around about £2,000 to £3,000 a month, and the cash flow on that is much, much higher than £100 a month. And all the while, the property is in a pristine condition because it's regularly maintained by cleaners between guests. Now, how does this work, and how can you get the most out of your property? Well, there are a number of things to consider, and that's why you should have a chat with us. Now, a big factor of the service accommodation industry is it's not as simple as just stick it on Airbnb and make loads of money, because it can be very, very tiresome, it can be very, very involved, and you need to make sure you have the systems, the strategies, and the infrastructure in place, because you will be responding to guests at 11 o'clock at night. So what is the solution here? Well, the solution is something that we can help you with. So I'm Harrison from Assured Stays, and we're based in the Northwest, and we're a service accommodation management company who can support you along the whole process of turning your property into serviced accommodation. We can take care of all of the setup, the ongoing management and maintenance, the coordination of the cleaning team and the linen, and essentially you as an investor can be completely hands-off and just wait at the end of the month for the income from your reservations to come through. If you want to have a chat with me further about this opportunity, first of all, to see if your property is suitable, to find out if it's in the right area, and of course, if to make sure there are no restrictions on your property preventing you from operating it as serviced accommodation. So if you're interested in receiving a lot more money from your property without having to refinance, without having to whack up the rent, and without having to deal with these tenants and issues, then please do get in contact with me. My mobile number is 07539 188 004, and my email address is hello@assuredstays.com. Myself, my management team, and the whole greater team are waiting for your call or your email. So get in touch, let's have a chat, and let's see if we can get a better return on your investment.